Hello there, everyone. I'm Alex Beller. I am one of the co-founders of Postscript, and I'm really excited to be with you here today. So, if you don't know, Postscript is a leading SMS marketing platform specifically for brands that run on Shopify. What I'm going to be talking about today, though, even if you run your business outside of Shopify, it's absolutely going to apply, because today I am very excited to be covering the ultimate month-by-month Black Friday, Cyber Monday SMS strategy guide. I know that was a mouthful, but that's what we're going to be covering today. SMS is still a pretty new channel to many, and even folks who've been doing it for a year or two still are doing really basic strategies versus getting the most they can out of the channel. So today, as we run up to what I hope is your best Black Friday, Cyber Monday yet, we're going to be covering month by month how you can set yourself up for that success with really actionable tips and with some calls to action and offers at the end that will be really helpful for you as you ramp up for the holidays. So a little bit about me. I'm Alex Beller. Like I said, I'm Postscript's co-founder. And even before starting this business, I worked in e-commerce on the brand side directly. So I was running and operating e-commerce stores, and I'm very familiar with that world. And then since we've started Postscript in the 3 years since Postscript's been around, we've sent literally hundreds of millions of text messages on behalf of e-commerce brands. That's the only thing we do, is we work with e-commerce brands. So this is really our expertise, and I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot go well. I've seen a lot not go well, and I'm excited to share all those lessons with you today. So let's dive in. A little bit about Postscript. Over the last 3 years, Postscript's grown a lot. We are the leading SMS platform for the Shopify space. We have well over 150 team members. We work with over 5,000 merchants, and you can see some of those folks, right? Great D2C e-commerce brands like Olipop or Kapari or Brooklinen, Dr. Squatch, and we're a Shopify Plus certified partner. We have thousands of 5-star reviews on the App Store, and I call that out just because we know what we're talking about. We're really good at this. So to take a look at what this can look like specifically, right? Here's a customer example, Brooklinen. Brooklinen, huge leading linen brand. They do really well, and they go above and beyond when it comes to their creative and to putting thought into the messages that they send out, even when it's still a marketing message. And why this is important and why I'm starting here, not only do they see amazing results, right? Huge amounts of revenue from campaigns and automations, and they see really, really strong results, right? 7 figures of results and really high ROI. But the care that they put into their SMS strategy is what has given them the longevity in this channel, and what is so important, and what I'm going to be speaking a lot about today, because it's early days for SMS, right? So open rates are still very, very high. Click rates are still very, very high. What that means is that it's pretty easy to make money on the channel. Any of you as merchants can go out, you can start sending abandoned cart messages, you can start sending promotional messages, and you'll start seeing revenue come in. However, given that we're so engaged with our cell phones, that's why open rates are so high, it also means that you can wear out your welcome with your subscribers really quickly. So taking a brand first approach, being really thoughtful with who you're sending a message to and what that creative is really important. A sophisticated strategy in SMS sees lower unsubscribe rates, sees higher engagement rates, and helps brands just maximize the channel. But it's still not what we see. We still see the norm being just sending kind of bland marketing messages out to the entire subscriber base every few days. And that's no good. So with that as a primer, let's talk Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Now, at Postscript, we're an SMS company, which means we love emojis. So there's going to be emojis going on throughout this presentation. You have been warned. So Black Friday, Cyber Monday, it's around the corner. And I know we're in September, but if I had my druthers, everyone would have started their prep in July. So that's where we're going to start talking about. Now, don't fret. Any of these things, any of these guidance, we're still not too late to work on, but I'm going to start even a couple months ago of what the brands who are preparing best for Black Friday, Cyber Monday on Postscript have already been doing. So starting with July, right? We were calling this the spring cleaning before Black Friday, Cyber Monday. This is all about getting organized. So important reminders. As you think long-term about building your SMS strategy and having a strong foundation, compliance needs to be at the forefront, at the very top of what you do. Now, if you're a Postscript customer, we automate all this for you. We have you covered there. However, there is huge legal risk to sending non-compliant text messages, right? You can't do things like upload a huge list of subscribers that haven't opted in, and you really need to be getting explicit consent from any user before they get a text, meaning they sent the first message in themselves, or they check what was an unchecked box, things like that, very explicit consent. And so ensuring that all of your opt-in sources are fully compliant is of vital importance. And getting this done now, so you're not thinking about it come November and you can focus on the marketing, is really important. Next, integrating your business data broadly. So something that we focus on at Postscript is ensuring that every brand who's using Postscript is integrating with their other tools that they use, whether it's Gorgeous or Zendesk or Freshdesk, or whether it's Klaviyo or Omnisend or whatever core tools they use outside of Shopify, integrating them into Postscript. It can be the review collection or loyalty apps, so that business data is getting passed around, so that all the messages that are getting sent out from text are as enriched as possible. And you can use data from those other sources to have your segmentation set up properly, which is my next point. Double check your segmentation strategy. So what segmentation means is, here's your list of subscribers in SMS. Now, what group or segment from this overall bank of subscribers should get this message or that message? And what we see so often is brands are sending messages out to their entire subscriber list indiscriminately, twice a week, 3 times a week. And that's a waste. It's a waste of money for you all as merchants. You're sending inefficient text messages. It's a waste of subscribers because you're going to burn subscribers and see higher unsubscribes than you need to. It's just inefficient marketing, right? So really ensuring that all of your business data is plugged into your SMS platform so that you can have as rich a segmentation strategy as possible is a really important thing to do, and it's something you can do now ahead of November. So what this looks like in practice is, if you're going to send out a segment or a message to like a VIP cohort, you can pull in data on who's submitted reviews and who's engaged with emails lately, and who has been really active in your loyalty program to better define what a VIP SMS subscriber looks like. The last thing is reviewing your unsubscribe rates and keeping an eye out for patterns. Oftentimes, unsubscribes are the best signal for how our segmentation strategy needs to evolve. So looking at who you've been sending to and what the unsubscribe rates have been comparatively, comparing unsubscribe rates across your automation flows, those can hint and be great discovery for if your existing strategy has been working well or not. And if you're seeing unsubscribe rates, they vary by brand. Some people see unsubscribe rates of under 1% per campaign, some hover 1%, some will be a little bit higher. But if you're seeing variance from campaign to campaign, that's really worth digging into, right? To see if it had to do with the creative of the message or if it had to do with the segment or audience you were sending to. Okay, August prep. If I had my druthers, August prep would have been all about list growth. There's still many months before Black Friday and Cyber Monday. There's still lots of time to focus on growing your SMS list. And it's of vital importance. Most brands, right, they haven't been working on SMS like they have been for growing their email list for 5 years. It's a newer channel, and so the asset's smaller. And so I highly, highly, highly encourage everyone, if you are not already collecting SMS subscribers on desktop and mobile pop-ups, to set that up right away. I'm not saying you don't collect email, have it be a secondary field perhaps or a second screen, but it's really important because on-site pop-ups are, simply put, the fastest way to build an opt-in list. And what we've seen is that by having it as a secondary call to action, you can do it without disrupting your email list growth. So What I'm essentially encouraging you to do is grow a marketing channel that has like 98% open rates, right? I don't think I have to encourage you too much to do that. And pop-ups are the best way to do it. Now, as far as pop-up creative, we all know that discounts are the default, but what I see work really well is encouraging access to exclusives, right? It's the idea of joining a VIP list, right? Or getting first access to Black Friday, Cyber Monday sale, or getting early access to a new product drop. Things like that, that sort of exclusive look does really well with an SMS as an SMS sign-up incentive that isn't a discount. And it also fits with the ethos of the channel, right? Which is, this is a really personal channel. You're texting my phone. It's kind of should be a VIP experience. Moving beyond the pop-up, which is, if you took one thing away from this, it would be get your pop-up set up to also collect SMS. There's also many other ways to grow your subscriber list, though that will be the most impactful. So you can do things like use Instagram swipe ups on Instagram stories, or put call to action in Instagram profiles. You can generate signups from migrating your email list and encouraging them to also subscribe to SMS. There's lots of different options there, but again, I'll harp on this. Pop-up is the biggest takeaway. Cool. So September, the modern month, we're here. September prep, getting your creative in line. So going back to what I said earlier in that the Brooklinen example that I showed earlier, and I'll show again here, this is a really good looking text. It's spaced well, there's commentary in here, there's an emoji, there's a beautiful picture, there's a clear call to action, and that's a marketing message that just looks really good. Now, out of all the SMS lists I'm subscribed to, this is still the minority of marketing messages that are going out. Like, what we see way more of is 10% off sale, click here to buy. 15% off sale, click here to buy. New product launch, 10% off, click here to buy. And it's bland, and it's going out to a brand's entire customer base. And that's just like a waste. Like I was saying earlier, it's inefficient. And you're going to see really high unsubscribe rates in November in the lead up to Black Friday, Cyber Monday if you don't have your creative dialed. So take the time this month to think about, like, do we have creative? Is it properly formatted in the right aspect ratios for SMS? Do we have all the content that we need in order to really stand out from all the other SMS that are going to be going out? And what I encourage folks here to think about is the golden rule, right? If you were a subscriber, would you be okay receiving this text? Would you want to receive this text? If it doesn't meet the golden rule, then it probably needs some updating. All right, let's talk about October, Halloween month. So the prep I would encourage for October is getting your campaign calendar together, right? Map out specifically what your campaign strategy is going to be during the month of November. Pull up the calendar, map out specific days, figure out what message is going to what segment or to your entire list on what days, and even start creating those campaigns, right? Write up the content, mock them up inside of Postscript or whatever tool you use, build out the segments associated with them, really map out all your campaigns so that you're fully prepped for when November comes around. You don't have to think about building campaigns. Now, why I encourage this, it seems really simple, but I've been through 3 Black Friday, Cyber Mondays with Postscript, and I've seen so many brands simply wait to the last minute, and then maybe they get out like one text on Thursday and one text on Monday, but they really miss utilizing the biggest time of year and when people are going to be most engaged, simply because they're playing from behind. So getting ahead, ensuring you're fully prepped, ensuring your campaigns are mapped out on a visual calendar, and that the creative is all done and set is a great place to be. Another good use of this month is testing those out, right? So you can pre-schedule or mock everything up inside of Postscript way before of November, and you can test the campaigns. You can send them to your phone, you can send them to coworkers' phones to just ensure that you like how it looks, you like how it reads, you like how it represents on a phone, and that all your creative is fully done. The other thing I would encourage is doing an automation review, right? So ensuring that even though you're focused mostly on campaign creation for the holidays, taking a look at all of your active automations, things like welcomes and winbacks and shipping notifications. And if you're going to change over creative or change over offers in any of those for the holidays, make sure you have that content ready to go as well. November, the checklist, final prep. So I encourage all brands to do this in their first week or two of November. We talked earlier about syncing up all your business data. Well, in November, you want to just double check and make sure that all your integrations are set up properly to be feeding information both into and from Postscript correctly. You want to do a final re-audit of your creative assets for accuracy and design. Maybe offers have changed, maybe product selection has changed, and you want to get this nailed. You want to do another final test of promotional messages before they go out, right, of campaigns. You also want to think about flipping the switch on any automation changes that you want to be making for the holidays. I've seen brands perform really, really well with changing messaging of their abandoned cart to be more holiday centric, maybe changing the offer. And you should think about that broadly through your welcome, through your abandoned cart, through all your important automation flows. The last few pieces of prep that I encourage brands to do. One, of course, spell check, right? Final creative test. Let's make sure things are clean and polished. And then also, and this is something just for Postscript customers, and if anyone out there isn't a Postscript customer, don't miss out on this. Work with your Postscript CSM to schedule your final strategy review for early November. Right? This is when they will go through the strategy plan that they will help you have built over the last few months. They'll go over expected benchmarks and performance with you so that as the month is going on, in real time, you can be working with our team to decipher like what's working, what segments are resonating, what offers are resonating, and like double down and adapt as we go. That's a really important thing. And at Postscript, we want to be here to fully support you all throughout the holiday season. Now, doing this final strategy overview with your Postscript CSM, actually, we're going to circle back to that later because it's a cool offer I have for you today. Great. So for the very last month of this year, December, what should you be focused on and thinking about when it comes to SMS? So for many brands, we see that like after the first week or two of December, their marketing slows down because shipping deadlines get hit. So I really encourage folks to think about the second half of December, right? Whenever your marketing deadline is, as a time for nurturing and for customer engagement, right? Check in with people, see if they like their product via SMS, see if they have any questions for about their product or had any customer support issues that you can take care of via texting. Send out a little love note maybe on Christmas, just letting you know that you appreciate all the people who've purchased in the last few months. And really lean into feedback and have as many one-to-one conversations over SMS as you can. We've seen that be really, really important as a retention channel to keep subscribers happy, especially after they've been marketed to for a while. The last thing I would say is this is a great time for either campaigns or automation flows that are product specific and education based. So let's say that you sell beauty supplies, right? Maybe you sell like a skincare routine, a moisturizer. And maybe you've seen that people often don't know like how much to use it. December is a great time once packages have shipped out to have automation set up or a quick campaign send out to people who've bought a specific product with tips and tricks on how to use it or best practices they should know about. And people tend to really appreciate that sort of educational content coming through text messaging, especially after they've been marketed to a lot for the last month. Great. You've passed the course. You're fully ready to rock SMS over Black Friday, Cyber Monday. I have a few resources and a good offer for you all too that I don't want you to miss out on. So the first is postscript.io/holiday-hub. We go really in depth here on our Black Friday, Cyber Monday guide. You can see what we've covered there online, just the holiday hub in general. Lots of information, lots of tips and tricks, lots of best practices. The next, if you're looking for creative inspiration, fantastictext.com/BFCM. This is where we catalog really, really good Black Friday, Cyber Monday text examples. Go there for inspiration, check it out, and submit any if you have good ones. Last, if you're not using Postscript yet, if you're using another platform, or if you haven't started SMS yet, come give us a shot. There is still plenty of time to put a strategy in place and start building your list ahead of Q4. In past years, I've seen people start in November and generate 6 figures of revenue within that month just from SMS, and we're still months ahead of November. So go to our website, go to the App Store, set up an account, asked to talk to sales, it's not too late, and you'll get 30-day free trial. So of unlimited text sends during that. So you can try it for free, you'll see great results, and we will help you get set up for the holidays. The last thing I want to talk about is getting set up for the holidays. So right now, our customer success team is really, really focused on ensuring merchants are fully set up for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. They're doing BFCM 360 audits, they're doing strategy planning, and they are fully available and excited to go through that with you. So if you liked anything I covered and you want to dive deeper or you want a personalized plan for the holidays, don't be shy, reach out. I'm Alex at Postscript.io. Reach out to your Postscript customer success manager and they'll turn that around with you and ensure it's in your brand voice, meets your brand standards, and will drive a lot of revenue. That's all I have today. Thank you so much for joining and hope to hear from you. Really appreciate it, everyone. Good luck with Black Friday.
Alex, thank you so much. That's incredible information. I like the fact that you touched on compliance, which is like foundational, and then integrating SMS with other apps in order to enrich the data, which feeds into segmentation, just nurturing your own subscribe list. SMS pop-ups being the most effective way of collecting cell phone numbers, and it doesn't even matter if it's a secondary field in your pop-up for your email. I think 90% open rates are really, really, really enticing. Thanks for some of the, excuse me, for some of the creatives you shared. The Brooklyn one I enjoyed, quite thoroughly. Yeah. And it's essentially a playbook from this month of September through to December. So you actually even talked about the fact that you manage your expectations in December when they would have passed the shipping deadlines. So yeah, thank you so much. People might be asking questions down below, so please, if you can hang out, it'd be great. But thanks for coming on Commerce Accel. We appreciate you.
Always pleasure to be here.
Cheers.
Thanks, everyone.